Well, good morning, everyone. Technical difficulties here, so just give me a second. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So good to see everyone. Awesome, awesome. Okay, we got it. We got the sound. We got everyone in. There we go. Okay. All right. So welcome. We have a nice audience here today with us live and a beautiful morning at the beach. A little bit kicked up. It's nice and warm and sunny. It's like feeling good for all of you that are coming in. And I just want to take a moment before we start. And one of our members who's on today lives near where the tornadoes were. And so I just want to send love to you specifically and to your community and everything that has been slowly unearthing itself as the dust has been settling, and that we've been just now becoming aware of the depth of what your community is facing. So I'm just sending my love to you, and our whole group is really sending our love. And if there's anything we can do, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out. So with that being said, we are in the season of hope, and today's theme or this week's theme for our meditations is the Advent, which is primarily a Christian, Advent is a Christian celebration. However, we can find its lineage, as with all things, in pagan traditions, as well as in Judaism. In all of any time that we're looking at that celebration of the light coming in, there are several experiences we go through, preparation, if you will, to not only head into the darkness and prepare for the darkness, but also be fully open to receiving the light that is becoming present. So that's what we're gonna pack the 4 weekends of Advent all into 1 week and 3 days, and let that be the focus and the theme of our meditation this week. So with that, the first theme that we're working on and through is that of hope and peace. So those are the overriding energies that we're going to call in as we drop into meditation, and we'll see where we are guided to. So with that, I'm going to go ahead, begin our recording. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Hello, hello. And I invite you all, as you begin to take this moment, to become present, not only to yourself, but become present to your environment, to the day, to the week, to the journey that has led you up until this moment, that called you forward into this space, into this chair you're sitting in, or this bed you're laying upon, wherever you may be, to call you present to what it is that's brought you to this moment in time. And as we prepare to focus in on the Advent for this year, my invitation to each of you is to truly allow yourself to begin to drop in to your breath, begin to drop in to your body, feeling your sitting bones, to begin to drop in to the environment and listening for the sounds of the birds, for the trees blowing in the wind, or maybe the stillness outside around you, surrounding your home. And as you take this all in, we get to begin our journey with our light link, as we always do, simply bringing middle finger to thumb. And for those of you who are new to the meditation today, as we bring and do our light link, we're essentially anchoring heaven and earth and utilizing middle finger to thumb to activate that at any point in time in our day, whether we're driving or needing that deep, deep centering to be quickly activated. And so to begin the light link, where we start with is imagining the sun shining down upon your head. And as you imagine that sun, for those of you that are visual, sensing and feeling in your mind's eye the brightness, as though we're gazing right at the sun, And for those of you who are my knowing intuitives or very intrinsic in your bodies, the feeling, I invite you to feel the warmth of the sun on your forehead, the warmth of the sun dusting its rays across your face, the warmth of the sun on your shoulders, and the warmth of the sun on your back. And as we take this moment to attune to this beautiful space of the sun, calling in the light in this week of Advent, our focus on the Advent, which means the arrival, we get to call forth the arrival of our highest and greatest good, our highest purpose, and particularly with this energy, this first part of the light link, our soul's purpose, as we open and activate, awaken our mind and consciousness to all that is divine, to all that is whispering and guiding us from the other side of the veil. And so as you breathe in here, I invite you with each breath to begin to draw that nourishment of light into your body. Breathing in and out, breathing in and out. Imagining with each breath, you are drinking in the sunshine. Drinking it in, feeling it integrating down the back of your spine, down the front of your body, like a golden shower of warmth as we scan all the way down our body and begin to shift our focus to the second part of our light link, which is our connection to the earth. And as you feel this connection to the earth through your body, focusing in on your sitting bones, beginning to slightly undulate in the sitting bones, just ever so slightly, feeling the spine shifting. Noticing as you shift into your body, the shifts in the environment. If you're indoors, maybe the air conditioning or the heat kicked on. Outdoors, maybe the wind changed direction or the birds that were present shifted. Just noticing how as we attune to these different energies and vibrations and view them, how the environment around us moves with us. For each of you are beyond powerful manifestors, and there is no coincidence in any of it. As you call this energy forward, this light forward through these different centers. And so as we continue our journey into the earth, dropping through your sitting bones into the chair or the surface beneath you, dropping into the earth beneath your feet, and sending your intention down into each of the layers of the earth, like roots growing, and from there even further into the center of the earth as we call upon that crystal quartz, which represents the heartbeat of the mother, her divine love for each of us. And as you begin to tune into this crystal quartz, if you're visual, it may be a luminescent light, imagining yourself basking in that white luminescence. If you're more intuitive and feel your intuition, it may be the sensation of your breath and your heart that begins to take hold. And for those of us that are here live, it's the sounds of the ocean that emanate forth. And so I invite all of us to find that rhythm, the sound of the waves within your body, the sound and the rhythm of your breath as it synchronizes with the waves. And as the environment continues to settle around you, and as it shifts and that settling occurs, noticing how your intention and your focus begins to drop deeper and deeper and deeper into the moment, into this moment of presence, into this moment of life and light. as you feel yourself connecting with your greatest purpose that is fueled, nourished, and loved by that of the Divine Mother. And so as we call forward the third and final piece to our light link, feeling your heart space opening and those waves of the ocean, their subtle and gentle rhythm, as you imagine your feet sinking into the sand and those waves washing up and over your toes, their rhythm beginning to synchronize and match that of your heart. And so as we feel this synchronization between the golden light and the sun shining down from above and the earth beneath us and our hearts, we feel ourselves finding that centering space. We find ourselves immersed in the potential of this moment, ready and prepared to begin our journey into the arrival for today. The advent, not only of the season and of the solstice, where the days are the longest, and yet we find the greatest ease to reflect upon what is within, but that coming of the light of the sun through each of us. And so this is our focus in our journey for this entire week, is to find our calm, to find our inner womb space, to be held here, so that as we prepare to move into the next 2 weeks in the solstice and the Christmas and the rebirth, it is a rebirth that is the coming of the light through each of us as we each are on this journey to become and to be our own temples of light. I invite you, as you feel the rhythm of your heartbeat and your breath, and in your mind, the sound of the waves, feeling the water washing up around your feet, cleansing and clearing with each wave as it retracts into the ocean, drawing with it the ideas in the formation that has been created over the course of this past year and the journey all of our souls have been upon. It's as though as we began the year last year, we were the caterpillar, chewing its way through each month representing each leaf upon the vine. So I invite you as we begin today with the message of hope and the feeling of hope, to be that caterpillar, to weave through the month of January from last year, reflecting on where your intention and your focus was at, to wind your way into February, feel your growth and expansion, dropping into March and noticing how as the advent of the spring brought new energy and focus, so too did you grow. And as we wind into April, feeling the beginning of the eclipse season, those major shifts in the planetary alignment that called us into the newness of the year, into the heightened awareness of the projects and the ideas, the actual activation of what we have been dreaming about to the beginning of the year. And then that journey we made into both May, which rolled right into June, right on through the activation of the issues and everything that was standing between us and our dreams that we were calling in for the year, especially as it related to issues with our parents and our lineage, where we were able to ride that wave through June, through the solstice and into the summer, into that incredible eclipse season, the height of the manifestation of the year, into July and the heat of summer. And as that caterpillar You probably don't even recognize yourself as you imagine yourself as that from the beginning of when we started with the caterpillar. And so too, the height of the clearing out, the height of the ups and downs that we experienced as we rolled into August, riding the cosmic waves, trying to stay centered and focused as we were called into this year to knowing ourselves and really being challenged to question who we are and what we want to be in this new paradigm. For each of us, it is the birthing of the Earth's consciousness through our own journey and our own exploration. And so I invite you here to take a nice deep breath in as we began that transition into fall, into the harvest of the year, the culmination of what we called for. Through October, feeling the slowdown and the settle down, into November, where we began the preparations to head into the darkness of the womb again. But as this caterpillar, it's where we begun to spin our cocoon. And as we wrap this cocoon around us, feeling yourself being wrapped in the stillness of your soul, the stillness of the light that surrounds you, being called forward to begin that questioning again. And so here, as we prepare and we immerse ourselves in the energies of hope and peace, we find ourselves deep within our chrysalis, deep within the womb of our soul. And no matter where your journey is, it's from this space that we find ourselves yet again having hope for what the new year will bring, for what the light will usher in upon us. And it's from that space of hope that we get to birth ourselves again as we synchronize with the seasons of our planet and we feel her waves crashing in to our chrysalis, into our cocoon that our soul is wrapped within, that we get to question what's left, what ideas are here, what belief systems am I holding on to and patterning with? What's left? Taking a breath in. For the element of the butterfly, before she emerges from her cocoon, is to be deep within the womb, deep within her cocoon, the chrysalis. And before she can make her transition out, she must first completely surrender to all of the ideas, to all of the beliefs of who she is and what she was and what guided her as she nourished herself to this specific moment in time. So I'm going to invite you to sit for a moment within your cocoon, within this chrysalis. And within this space, notice what ideas are becoming transparent to you as you feel that sun shining down and within you. From outside your cocoon, still nurturing you from the outside, still providing all of the love you need until you feel so transparent that through the edge of your cocoon, through that protective layer that is around you, you discover that sun from within, that light from within. For you've peeled back so many of the layers of you as the caterpillar, and you've become transparent to yourself, completely vulnerable, completely transparent, as the butterfly must do, so that her body may metamorphosize into the new birth, the new dawn of who she is yet to become. So as we call upon Spirit in this moment, and that light from within our own heartbeats to emanate forth, we are guided with the hope and the knowingness that when we choose to emerge as that butterfly from this chrysalis, that the light of who we are will meet the dawn. And as we step powerfully into the new year, the advent, our arrival as the fullness of who we have called ourselves to be will be born. I invite you now to tune in to your heart, to feel this energy building within your heart, the hope that comes from the peace we find from knowing that there is a divine order to all of our joy, all of our sorrow, all of our peace, all of our projects, all of it, every expression of who you are, there is a divine order unto it. And so as we journey forward from today into the next day, into the next and the next, until we finally meet the solstice next week, I invite you to feel yourself in this metamorphosis. I invite you to journey following that light deep within your cocoon that is shining, and feel each and every cell beginning to reflect back to you, mirror to you through your mind's eye and your imagination, each cell becoming illuminated with this light that is shining from within. Again, breathing in and out, feeling the divine nature as you empower every cell to remember their own role in your transformative journey. Until you envision yourself on the solstice, and then the 3 days and 4 days following, where we celebrate the advent of the light and the dawn of the new day, the precursors, as you imagine yourself giving flight and your wings as that butterfly stretching out behind you as we prepare to jump into the new year. That first flight, as we take that jump, having emerged from the chrysalis into the year of the 22, an auspicious number and an auspicious year for each and every one of us, where we will be guided divinely as these beautiful butterflies of light. Feel this hope inside of you. Feel your heart and the ways in which it is holding this vision and the peace that rains down upon you. And in turn, that as you vibrate as this peace, you bring to the world around you the community that is full of so much joy and light and love. I invite each of you now to call upon your higher self, your higher calling, whether it's the angels, God, Jesus, the goddess, the priest and priestess oversoul, whatever it is, whomever you lend your auspicious power and light to for guidance, calling forth that energy now. And welcoming in this divine and beautiful partnership. As you breathe in and out, feeling the silence within your heart, within your cocoon, knowing the journey is unfolding for you, and you are divinely guided through this divine plan of life. And through that dream and that vision that you embody and hold, and that fullness in your heart, the hope that you feel, so too will emanate out to the world around you, bringing hope into others' lives who are lost, who are struggling, who are without homes, who are without water. Let your light and your love and your prayers emanate forth to each of them today. The answer to their prayers. So breathing in and out here, I invite each of you to give yourself a squeeze around your heart, locking all of this in, rolling your shoulders through your muscles, allowing that heart space and that fullness you feel to expand out through the subtle and gentle movement of your ankles, rolling your wrists, rolling as you feel a smile lighten your face, and you find yourself with that beautiful sunshine filling your third eye where we began our journey. As you begin to bring your sense of inner vision to match that of your outer vision, and finding yourself prepared and ready to go about your day. And so it is. Namaste. So much love.